Hey everybody, Hi Lord Tamerlane with more Obscurities and Miniature. We're going back to Necromunda, and I think this is finally the last of the official gangs of Necromunda. This is the Van Saar gang. The dudes who look like they belong in an Infinity game with their high-tech ponytails fighting with the Yu-Jing or something. So, this is the last box that I have been able to acquire. I do not have the Goliaths or the Escher because I have the box set still in the shrink wrap that I kind of need to unwrap and get around to playing. But I do have the Van Saar. I'm curious to see how they all go together. This I really like. These plastic energy shields. I don't think there's a whole lot in there. You got your Pimp Staff Shock Stave with the champion who manages to have hair while everybody else seems to be going bald. That's interesting. And we got a big cannon. Yelly dude, pointy dude. I don't know. So they are obviously a lot more high tech than their compatriots of the Underhive, and I'm very curious to see if their rules reflect that, because I have not bothered to pick up any of the Gang War books since especially we have the new Almanac big giant hardcover books, and one of these days I'm going to grab those too. But that's enough about me blabbering. Let's see what's actually in the box, yeah? Alright, so here's what we got. I just grabbed one of them out of the box. There's no reason to show two. So we do seem to have a lot more parts on this sprue. Oh, what the heck? Something missing. Okay, it's probably in the box. I don't know what went there. Anyway, got a bunch of parts, and it looks like it's gonna take a while. These look really tiny. We have a bunch of breast things. Guns. Guns are good. These must be the shield parts. More guns. Heads. Let's look at the heads. Where'd the heads go? Alright, well, I got at least, what, 3 masked, 4 masked. Looks weird. 5 masked. Oh, you know, that's like a pouch there on number 79. Alright, well, we got a couple of helmeted heads. I can guarantee I'm going to have all the helmeted heads I possibly can get away with, because I don't like their faces at all. Wine bottle box. Bodies, butt cheeks. Squatty legs. And boy, and then there's like these tiny little parts around, what is it, 20, 24, 23 there. Yeah, okay. So we got the typical Necromunda bases. If you haven't seen any of the Necromunda bases, they all have a textured pattern, and you get a random assortment of 10 in every gang box. We have the 2 energy shields along with something. Is that a piece in the middle? I don't know what that is. I mean, it's just an extra plug thing. And then we have the instructions with all of their names. Lisbeth Darkfinder. Lars Lightning Hand. Hansel and Cohen don't get any kind of special name. Shame on them. And Onia makes Dale. Anyway, I'm going to try building some of these. So I've heard that they're super complicated. I've heard that they're kind of a pain in the butt and super fiddly. And I am curious to find out just if that is the case. So give me a sec. I'm going to build some. Alright, so I built up half the set so far. And so, yeah, I got to say they were kind of fiddly. But you know what? They weren't that bad. After having built those Shield Wolf ladies and having to deal with their individual hands and then trying to line everything up, that was fiddly. These guys were pretty simple, I thought. That's one thing I got to give modern GW credit for, is the parts all aligned pretty nicely. I didn't have any issues trying to figure out where everything went. Other than, I guess, the little, extra doodads you want to slap on their belts or ammo pouches and junk like that. So here's, I don't know, this is my Infinity guy. I mean, he just looks like a Yu-Jing. I don't know what they're, agents, Imperial agents, that's what I'm thinking of. Pieces all went on really easily. He's got the data tether looking whip ponytail going on. I don't know what their deal is. I'm really curious to actually read the books on them and see what's going on, because I don't remember them looking anything like this. So naturally, he does have to have his mask. Here we have another one. This is the female model. So what was interesting is all of the male models, basically everything is interchangeable in terms of the body parts. Whereas our female here actually seemed to have, should she have different arms? She might have had different arms even. I know for a fact that her plugs and wires and her bodysuit were totally different, and I want to say she might have had a shorter ponytail there. So the instructions showed her with 2 different loadouts of guns, but I gave her one of each, because why would I follow the rules, right? That's our second one. Here's a third one. Shooty Eugene guy. I really should paint these up in Eugene colors. I was thinking of actually going with a dirty off-white and making them kind of a grayish color. More utilitarian, maybe. I don't know. I did like the knife there. I wish there were more. I love hand-to-hand weapons, but these guys are going in guns blazing. This is my only model, if I can get them in focus, that I ended up including a head on. Jeez, my phone is going crazy. That did not have a helmet, is what I was trying to say, if I could finish the sentence for me. He's got the half mask on. And I managed, since he do have an extra included front piece for his helmet, I did go ahead and glue that on him. So I am going to eventually get him the shield. You'll notice it's not glued on yet because, well, I can guarantee it's going to get glue on it. And then finally we have the big cannon dude. Sadly, we only get 2 of these in a box. But since the parts seem like they're going to be pretty easily swapped, I'm thinking I'm going to try building another guy carrying one just with a different body size. Body type. Body. Whatever. I can't think. It's been a long day. So I do like these figures. I gotta say, they're not as cool as the D-Lac guys. They're still my favorite with their just inherent weirdness. But these guys have a kind of, I don't know, what I would almost call a hard sci-fi near future look going on that none of the other games really seem to capture. And it's not a look that you see very often with 40K models themselves. And I included a neophyte cultist here just to get a good sense of size. So I mean, they do scale pretty well, and if you wanted to have the Gene Stealer cults taken on the Underhive, hey, why not, right? With our Marine buddy here, you can see there is a good sense of scale. They are a little bit smaller, and they are definitely smaller than our Primaris friend. So keep that in mind if you want to start really trying to bash them up. Their heads might work together, though. I don't know. Although our Primaris friend's head looks a little large. So that is finally the last of the extra gangs that don't come in the starter set for Necromunda. I'm very curious to see what's coming down the pipeline. Oh, I probably should mention before I start wrapping things up, their guns are pretty interesting, and I don't think I've seen these actually replicated in any other model line by GW yet. So the way it works is you actually have the barrel is attached to the hand, and then you basically can pick whatever kind of stock you want to put on it. So while this guy has like an auto gun or whatever that's supposed to be, our friend here with a more heavy weapon, it's basically the same stock, it's just the barrel itself is going to be a different piece, and you just swap that on. Same thing with our pistol packing friend here. This could actually go right on her guns as well. So it's kind of a cool little system, and I'm curious to see if they replicate that with anybody else later on down the line, because it is kind of a cool idea. So now I'm going to stop rambling. Check it out if you're looking for a near future high-tech looking squad of hitmen type dudes, because that's what I'm going to be using them for until I actually learn how to play Necromunda. I'm going to go finish building this box and hopefully figure out just how exactly I'm going to get them painted. So I shall bid you all a fond farewell. This is High Lord Tamerlane again with Obscurities and Miniatures saying thanks for watching. We'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.